Greetings. Hello, so Paul Cree. I'm filming this little video as an introductory video for a little video project that I've just embarked on in the last 24 hours. And I filmed 2 videos last night and then realised it could probably do with a little introductory video. For those of you, any of you, none of you, you might be wondering what's going on. So long story short, I'm writing a new show which is called Make Your Own Bed and Hope for the Best. I had to think about that, yeah. So I've been working on it on and off for just over 2 and a half years maybe, 2 years, something like that. And this time last year, I was getting ready to go and do a 1 hour work in progress version of the show from where it was at last year at the M.Y.O.B Festival in London, which is quite well known in the fringe theatre world. And then I was booked to do 2 previews in, I think it was April, at Camden People's Theatre, who were helping me support the show. But of course, I did the M.Y.O.B Festival and then COVID happened. So all my plans for it disappeared, along with show dates. So I left it. I thought, you know what, went full steam with it at the start of last year. And then I thought, nah, it's not really, I don't know, I'm gonna leave it for a while. COVID, and I had to concentrate on other things, like trying to get any work that I could to keep me going over the last year, 9 months. But anyway, so the show was provisionally called Work, which is a shit name, right? If you type working on Google, it's not going to come up with my name, is it? But it's about all the different jobs that I've had over the course of, well, most of my life, really. And I wrote, so basically what I did was, I went through all these different jobs that I did, and I spent a while working out what stories I could tell for each job. And I spent quite a long time doing that. And then once I had a body of work, I then started putting it together, and I got an Arts Council grant. And I worked with Camden People's Theatre, and I brought a few people in to help me try and make a show out of it. And we've done the previews. We've done a few scratches at Camden People's Theatre and then the preview at M.Y.O.B. So I had like way over an hour's worth of material. I kind of wanted the show to be an hour, but I weren't massively happy with it. Something weren't right. So anyway, so I've gone away. I didn't look at it for ages. And then back in the last year, I picked it back up again. And I've rewritten a lot of the stories, and I've added more stories. But of course, theatre, performing, and who knows what's going on. This is end of January, it's 30th of January today, 2021. So Lord knows when I'm going to be allowed back in theatres again. I'm provisionally booked in June to do 2 nights at Camden People's Theatre. Don't know if that's going to happen. So what I thought would be good, because I've done all this rewriting, there's way too much, basically. It needs trimming. And at the moment, I'm at that stage where I don't know what to take out. Everything is valid. But what helps me go through that process when I can't be in a room working with other collaborators or being in front of an audience is, well, you know what, I can just film them, can't I? And then load them up individually. And me just even going through that process of reading them from this little script that I've got, filming it, and then uploading it, and maybe getting a handful of people to watch them, if I'm lucky. That's going to help me a lot. I watched one of them back that I filmed last night, and already I'm like, oh, okay, that's not quite working. So basically, that's what this is. I'm going to do them one bit at a time, starting with this. And we'll see how it goes. There's going to be music in the show that I'm going to do live with a loop station and that, so maybe I'll throw a couple of them in there. That's it really. So I'm really working hard to avoid using one of those YouTube cliches like "come on my journey," but you know what I mean. Come for a trip. Maybe that's a different way of saying it. Do you want to come to the shops? Do you want to come to the pub for a pint? Maybe it'd be like that. You can dip in and out. I don't even know who you is. You know, I get such kind of low traction on videos anyway. But it's alright. Just me doing this is good. It helps me, man. And there are always a good few people that support what I do, and I'm very grateful for that. So that's it basically. I'm gonna be putting up material. Don't know the frequency, whether it'll be like one a month, one a week. I don't know. And then I'm gonna sit down and watch them all back to back, see how they sit with each other, and then try and make a show out of it. I've kind of gone one step back to go 2 steps forward. Hopefully, my plans are eventually I want to have some movement in the show, and aside from the music that I'm doing live on stage, I'd like to have some kind of sound design, and I don't know visually, I'm not really that way inclined when it comes to making shows. I'm not great at visuals, but we'll see what happens in it. But kind of want to incorporate everything that I've done, like in my other shows, solo ones and with the beats and elements stuff, and try and use what I've got and what I've learned and what I've built, and make a banging show that says something. Of course, that's what we all want to do, innit? But it's never that simple. But here you go. So, Paul Cree, 2021, make your bed and hope for the best. That's it. Make your bed and hope for the best. Peas and taters.